Hey, Shalom. Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wahai, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much respect, as always, to the brothers. Shalom to the hopeful elect. And welcome once again to another part of a video I did yesterday going into the news. And for some reason it got muted. I don't know exactly how that happened. I'm trying to figure it out. So this would be a continuation of a video I did yesterday, News and Scriptures, News and Prophecy, Prophecy Watch, keeping a close eye on the things that are happening, particularly in the Middle East and also in America. There's already reports of shortages here in America in regards to fuel and the things of that nature. But anyway, fair use, copyright disclaimer. The Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So real quick, I'm going to leave off right from yesterday. And this was going into the lockdowns, okay? And we covered that. It's believed that they're going to this energy crisis. They're going to use this as an opportunity to lock America down, which, you know, pretty obvious. This is being done by design to bring in martial law. This is all biblical. And I touched on that. Just also in Australia, they're having major shortages, people fighting over fuel. In fact, let's see if I can find that real quick. I heard of it. I'm not sure. Let's see. Australia. Let's do it like this. Let's see. Fuel crisis. It says right here, federal politics over 300 petrol stations out of diesel. And this is in Australia. This came, when did this article come out? Let's see, 16 hours ago. And this is something that you have to expect to happen here in America, you see. People fighting over fuel and all this type of shit. In fact, I remember some years ago, they had I think the Iranians did a cyber attack on the computer systems here in America, and the fuel was shut off. If you don't remember, this happened a few years ago, and people were going crazy over this fuel. Long lines at the gas stations here in America. It was mostly, I think, in the southeast or something like that. It happens, you know. So people are soft here in America, man. A little adversity comes and they panic, you know. But anyway, what I want to touch on is, or leave where I left off yesterday, going into this Middle East war. In fact, let me do this. This guy here says we're in a tough spot. Mattis delivers harsh Iran assessment. He says their generals are basically telling Trump, don't go in here and do a land invasion. It's a trap. That's what it is. It's a trap. They're drawing in the... Let me see if I can find this video. I have a video going into how they're telling the Americans to come on in, you know. Let's see. Let's go here real quick.
Last night, there was a major escalation in this war. So the Israelis have bombed the Iranian oil fields. And in response, the Iranians now are attacking the energy infrastructure of the GCC. Okay, so let's have a look at what this attack looks like. This is Qatar.
And this guy here, he's been all over social media, this guy. And a lot of things I agree with, but some of the things he's off on. But it says here, this war is getting out of hand. You see. Yeah, it's gonna. This is just the beginning. In fact, let me do this. Let me get you. I'm not gonna play all of that. I just want to make this as brief. I'm at the shop here getting my tractor worked on. Let's see. Let's get you this. This is just the beginning. I think it's in Matthews, right? Matthews. Of wars and rumors of wars. Let's do it like this. Matthews. This is just the beginning, bro. Starting verse 5, Matthew 24:5. For many shall come in my name, saying I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And this is happening. This is happening now. Okay, a lot of false prophets you see that are out there. They're not prophesying. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See this? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So this is just the beginning, you see. Verse 7, for nations shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, you see. Look at this, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning, bro. But let me do this. This is an article. I think it's the 82nd Airborne Unit that's being dispatched. Big mistake, man. It says U.S. troops brace for hit and run guerrilla attacks as 82nd Airborne deploys to Iran. Military analysts warn. Now, Donald Trump, he's talking about all this, we peace deal, peace this, but yet he's sending more troops over. See, it's not about peace. They're trying to buy time. He said, what is it, a 5-day peace ceasefire agreement? No, they need that time to bring in more troops. But a land invasion in Iran would be a big mistake. Okay, I would even go as far to say even worse than Vietnam, because the Iranians, just like the Vietnamese, they know their land, bro. The Iranians know their country. You see this? They have these underground bunkers, these Iranians, bro, just like the Vietnamese did in Vietnam. They were able to go into these bunkers and hide. When the airstrikes were over, they would come out and fight again. This is what the Iranians are doing, you see. So they're waiting for them. In fact, there was a video. Let me go back to it, Salaki. Let's see. Iranian. Let me do it like this. Let's see. See that? They waiting for their ass. So it's a trap, you see. And I believe that the United States military, they know this. They know this is a trap. Let's see what this is. All right, let's let that play until Iran could significantly increase U.S. casualties if its elite military and proxy forces shift to guerrilla-style hit-and-run attacks in the region. I don't think they're going to do too much of that. I think they're going to fight them, bro. Head up. These Iranians ain't no joke, bro. I'm telling you, these are the fucking the dragons, bro. The scriptures say that these are the dragons of Arabia. In fact, let me get that real quick. In fact, I think I may have it already. Let's see, Slakia. Do another news and scripture. This is from yesterday. Again, my video was shut. I don't know what happened, but let me see. Where is it? I know I have second Ezra 15. That's second Ezra 6. Let's do it like this. Because I want to point out something again in this. Again, you're going to hear a lot of the same scriptures because this is where we at, bro. Second Ezra 15, 16, you know. Here we go. Verse 30, 2 Ezra 15 and 30. Also, the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood. So, again, this is going into these Iranians, bro. And with great power, see this? Great power shall they come and join battle with them. Who's that them? Their allies, right? And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Talking about the land of Israel and America, bro. In fact, it's believed that this attack, what is it? I think it's Nebraska, I think it is, or something. It's on fire, bro. And they believe that that's let me see. Using scriptures, man. I think it's Nebraska. Let's see. It's a wildfire. See this? And then also, it's believed that this is an attack. You know, I'm not going to get too much into that. But also, there was an oil refinery that blew up somewhere. I can't remember where it happened. I think it's Texas. And they believe that the timing of that oil refinery being destroyed is just too much of a coincidence, right? The timing of it, you know. And also, it's called an oil refinery. They refine all this oil that they bring in. They can't just put that in. You got to refine it, you see. But let's do this. Oh, there was something else. Oh yeah, back to this. Let's see. More truth. Sloppy. Let me see what we got. I think I've skipped it forward. Also, I got word that they have over 50,000 troops out there in the so-called Middle East. In fact, let's see if we can find that real quick. This is just these young men and women are going to die over there, bro. And these Americans, they know this. What is it, the forever war? In Middle East. And also another thing too. You see, there's a lot of yeah, here it is here. Look, March 26th, the U.S. military has approximately 50,000 troops deployed across the Middle East, you see. And it also is believed that the United States, China, is waiting for the United States to go into Iran. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. And deplete themselves there, just like they're doing in fucking Ukraine. And then once that happens, they're gonna go into a Taiwan. You see, it's a trap. Then so now what you gonna do then, United States? Because Taiwan is crucial, bro. So they're waiting for the United States to go in, and they know this. The United States know this. You know, they know what they're doing because the Chinese military is already in place around Taiwan. You see, so they're waiting for the United States to go in there and do this ground invasion, I believe, which is going to happen. I'm going to say it. It's going to happen. In fact, I can do this. So yeah, this airborne. But see what they're gonna do, I believe. They're gonna drop these 82nd Airborne Division into the meat grinder, right, behind enemy lines, right, and then they're gonna bring in the Marines, right, to the beach so they can kind of flank them. You follow what I'm saying? So they're kind of sandwiched in between the 82nd Airborne Division, and then you got the guys on the beach surrounding. You see what I'm follow what I'm saying? So, but they're waiting for this, like we just saw in that video. And this is where they want to fight America. This is where they can win, right? And this right here is the key. Right here, this right here, Carg Island, bro. See this? Iran building up defenses of Carg Island to protect against potential U.S. ground attack. This is where they want. This is what they want, and this is where this is going to happen. This is where a lot of people are going to die here. You see, this Carg Island is crucial right here, but it's well fortified. You see, and it's mountainous as well. But let me do this, and then we'll here's once again Saudi Arabia, right? Get used, study this map. Get used to looking at these maps, because let's do this. This Middle East consists of not only Saudi Arabia, but parts of Africa, okay, and other areas in that region. It's the entire area here. You see. And I believe also, let's see, there's another choke point somewhere where they're going to try to do a similar thing what they're doing in the Hormuz Strait. But let me do this. So a lot of people are going to die here, bro. Let's do this. Like I said, I'll do another video. Joel chapter 2 and 20. But let's do this. Let's start in verse 3 first. And it reads, 3 and 2, it reads prophecy, bro. Joel 3 and 2, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring, it says all nations, bro. World War 3, you see? And I will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat. This is Yahweh's judgment. This is the Middle East, so-called West Asia, and will plead with them there for my people. Who's the people? Israel, right? And for my heritage, Israel, see? Whom they have scattered among the nations in part of my land. So this is the reason why the Lord is drawing them into this region, you see. Let's go down to verse 9. It reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. You see, the Lord is putting that spirit on these Arabs to fight. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Let all these tough guys come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. So these nations are using their resources. They're putting all their resources into this war. Assemble yourselves and come all you heathen and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. See, this is what's happening now. Verse 12, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. You see, and we're going to have to come back to this in another video. We're going to get some more out of that in another time. Lord willing, I may do another video today, but I want to touch on this Middle East deal. A lot of these young children are gonna die. I call them children. Young adults are gonna die over there, bro, in this war. Joel 2 and 20. But I will remove far off from the northern army. This is America, the northern army, and will drive them into a land barren and desolate. That's what we just saw here, right? This is that land that's barren and desolate. It's a desert. They have to import food and water because it's a desert, you see. They even have water desolation plants that can take salt seawater and turn it into clean drinking water, you see. So this is that land right here, you see. This is that land barren and desolate, you see. With his face toward the east sea. See this? Let's go back. In fact, we do it like this. You bring it down here so I can. And here we go. It says the East Sea, right? Which is the Persian Gulf. You see. Then you go to. It says, and its hinder part, toward the backside, right? Toward the utmost sea, right? And that's the Red Sea, you see. Then you got the Gulf of Aden at the bottom, the Arabian Sea. And it reads, this is the point though, with his face with the East Sea, and his hinder parts with the uttermost sea, and his stink, talking about these dead bodies, shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up because he hath done great things. So this stink is talking about, there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies out there, bro. In fact, if you go to 2nd Ezra 15, up, and it goes into it. Let me get it. Let's see. Right here it says 31. Look at this. And then shall the dragons, these Arab nations, right? He said plural, dragons, have the upper hand. They're gonna be winning, bro. They have the upper hand now. Remember their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. See, conspiring together. You see, to persecute them. They're trying to get the United States military out of there, bro. Let's do this. Let me go down a little bit. If you go here, let's start a bit. Let's start here in 34, right? And it reads, behold clouds. These are these mushroom clouds, nuclear missiles and the regular missiles from the east and from the north and unto the south, and they're very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. You see, it's gonna be bombs exploding all over that place. They shall smite one another, and they shall smite down a great multitude, see this, of stars upon the earth. See these missiles, even their own star, and blood should be from the sword unto the belly. You see this, going to these missiles and these dead bodies. Look at this, verse 36. And dung of men, talking about these dead bodies, unto the camel's hoof. You see, so there's gonna be so many dead bodies out there in the so-called Middle East that, in fact, if you can take the blood from all the people that's gonna die in this war, it's gonna reach sick. If you was able to, which you can't do it, but if you were able to do this, all the blood from all these people dying could cover the earth, the entire earth 6 feet high, bro. It's in Revelation. Let's see. Revelation. The scripture said. And a horse's bridle is about 6 feet. Let's see. Starting verse 19, it points in 20, it reads, and the angel thrusting his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast into the great wine press. This is going to the wars. This wine press is going into, when you press wine, it's like a, it's a lot, it's messy, it's bloody. See this? And cast into the great wine press of the wrath of the Most High. Verse 20, and the wine press, Slakia, was trodden without the city, and the blood came out of the wine press even unto the horse's bridle. See, so if he was able to take all the dead bodies and the blood, it would reach 6 feet. It would literally cover the entire planet, bro. It says even unto the horse's bridle by the space of 1,600 furlongs. See this? 6 feet. You see. So, and I gotta cut it short because I have to get going, but I just want to kind of do it real quick. I'm gonna touch more on this, Lord willing, in a subsequent video, maybe today or tomorrow, because there's more here to go into. But this thing is very Let's see what we got here. So anyway, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Shalom.